J.C. Jackson just got his bag, and damn, did this man get paid. That's right, J.C. Jackson got paid, and he is heading to the Los Angeles Chargers. This is a huge win for the Chargers organization, who already have an insane defense. But I guess more insane talent on the defense couldn't hurt, right? Like I said, J.C. Jackson got paid. They paid this man a lot of money. It's a 5-year, $82.5 million deal worth $24 million this year and $40 million over the next 2 years. The craziest part about all this, especially with J.C. Jackson getting this type of money, is J.C. Jackson was an undrafted free agent. I think it's pretty cool that a guy that wasn't good enough to be drafted just became one of the highest paid defensive backs in the entire NFL. I mean, he should have gotten paid that much. He is absolutely one of the best defensive backs in the NFL. Last year, he was insane. And I mean, I think he would be more talked about if Trayvon Diggs didn't have an insane year and just have an inflated amount of interceptions. But regardless, J.C. Jackson was great last year. He was locked down, and he was an integral part to the Patriots' success last year, especially when their defense started rolling. J.C. Jackson was always covering #1 wide receivers, and although there was some talk about whether he was good enough to cover all #1s, he seemed to silence critics last season with how well of a season he had. In fact, his success hasn't just come over last season. This guy's been putting on a show since he's came into the league. He has 25 interceptions over 4 years in the league, and 17 of those came in the last 2 years. This guy is an interception machine. I mean, his name is Mr. INT for a reason though. As a Patriots fan, I'm super stoked to see J.C. Jackson getting the bag that he deserves. I knew the Patriots weren't going to pick him back up. They didn't do it for Stephon Gilmore, so they're sure as hell not going to do it for J.C. Jackson. Regardless of how much I think they should have paid him, the Patriots are just going to find another guy, build him up, and then do the exact same thing afterwards. So for J.C. Jackson, this is great. And no matter where he goes, he's always going to have a special place in my heart because Mr. INT had a great season, and it's definitely going to be a memorable one for me. One of the most wild things about J.C. Jackson going to LA is that the Chargers are already insanely stacked on defense. We won't even get into the defensive line or the linebacker position. Just pairing J.C. Jackson and Derwin James alone probably gives the Chargers one of the best secondaries in the entire NFL. Not even mentioning Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, as well as a ton of other defensive studs that are on this defense. It's clear that the Chargers want to compete this year, and it sounds to me like they're ready to win. That offense was already good with Justin Herbert and the weapons that they already have. However, we all know what the worst problem for the Chargers last year was. It was that run defense. So they went out and they got a guy that can stuff the run, and they still have a bunch of pressure on that defensive line. And now the passing game against the Chargers is going to be really difficult this next season, because we all know how good Derwin James is, whether he's back in coverage or he's pressing on the line going for a sack. The dude's just a versatile beast. Now put J.C. Jackson on there to take some of the coverage load off of Derwin James, and this defense is going to be humming next year, guys. If you're a Chargers fan, you should be stoked for this move. This is a huge help for the Chargers, who already play in an uber competitive AFC West conference that just picked up Russell Wilson for the Denver Broncos. So if the Chargers really want a shot at making it into the playoffs, just into the playoffs, which is insane to talk about, they need to be able to play out of their mind and compete on the defensive side of the ball against some of these elite offenses that are going to be coming their way. I think this J.C. Jackson move is a genius move for a team that's going to need to be able to really compete in a super competitive division that probably 3/4 of the NFL would struggle to compete in. Now onto the Patriots side of things, I think it hurts the Patriots a little bit, of course. You know, you lose a guy that's as good as J.C. Jackson, it's going to hurt any team. With that being said, the Patriots have been able to make it work for the past couple seasons. They've had a guy that's stepped up to be the #1 guy for these past couple seasons. It was J.C. Jackson when Stephon Gilmore left, and I'm sure Jalen Mills or another guy that they go and pick up or draft, etc., is going to be able to step into the spotlight and really cover #1 wide receivers. But But I don't think the Patriots are going to be hurting too much because I think they're going to be focusing a lot on getting younger on defense and trying to just rebuild on that side of the ball rather than bringing in veterans like I guess the Chargers are trying to do right now. I'm interested to see what you guys think down in the comment section, but I don't think that this was an overpay at all. I think he got paid what he deserved. He's a top cornerback in the league and he deserves to be paid as much, regardless of if he went undrafted or went in the first round. This guy deserved his money and he got it. So what do you guys think? Do you think they overpaid him? Do you think they underpaid him? I think that's a lot of money to say he got underpaid, but you know what I mean. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. What you guys think of all these trades that the Chargers are doing to bolster their roster and really try to compete for a Super Bowl. But thank you guys for sticking all the way to the end of the video. We will see you guys in the next one. We got a bunch of videos coming up. Free agency is wild, so we will have plenty of videos coming your way. If you like this face cam majority video, let me know. If you want to just see me rant on random Patriots stuff, Jackson can do Washington, and honestly, we just enjoy talking to you guys in a face-to-face format. But yeah, we will see you guys in the next video. Peace.